What do we have for Capricorn? Five of Pentacles, Taurus energy at the foundation of the reading. Cap, leading up to the reading, I was getting some messages surrounding healing taking place inside your auric field. Some of you could be feeling kind of drained right now, maybe a little melancholy or confused. It's as if it came out of nowhere. This is because there's a lot of cords that have been cut recently that were connecting you to some sort of karmic contract that I feel has come to an end. And this is because you're about to have a major level up. And this is for all the people that are doing the work and are on path. And I heard this phrase before the reading as well. God protects those who protect themselves, which really says it all. You see, we project a certain kind of energy out into the collective that the universe mirrors back to us. So if we are standing in our power, doing what we can in the here and now to protect ourselves, to be the best versions of ourselves we can possibly be, the universe will reflect all of that back to you. This is when the divine cloaks you and protects you, and this is when no weapons that form against you shall prosper. Now, there's individuals who think that that statement is also reserved to them when they're not actually doing any of the heavy lifting in their own life to improve their circumstances and to get into mission. You don't need to feel overwhelmed that you don't know what your purpose is or anything like this. You just need to be putting some sort of work in. You need to be on path to get this divine protection, making yourself available to be a divine vessel, however that shows up in your life. There's a very deeply embedded karmic contract that I'm picking up here surrounding some sort of childhood wounding that is being healed inside the Capricorn collective. Now, this could be something that you picked up in your childhood. It could be something that is related to a past life. It's going to be different for each and every one of you. And there's probably no real way of telling exactly what this is, but you feel some sort of a change coming from within. You may have a lot of memories starting to surface from the deep recesses of your mind, things you haven't thought about in a long time, or you're just starting to think about things in a different way. You may be even looking at people in your family, your friends groups, in ways you haven't before. It's like the divine is giving you the sight to see, and this is all a part of this healing. The Capricorn collective is overcoming a lack mentality, and what you're really being called to do is to stop defining yourself based on what you haven't achieved yet. So this really speaks about people who put things off until they get something or achieve something. The divine really needs you to start acting now. There is no more putting things on the back burner. 2024 is a year of exposure and it's a year of action. And it's the year that all of those that are fighting for their best life will be brought to the front lines. And all of those who aren't putting in the hard work, doing the heavy lifting in their own life, and sitting around waiting for other people to save them will be left behind. It's really that simple. And I'd go as far as saying that this is something that we can definitely see as truth when you look at the state of the world. You can't rely on anybody else but yourself right now, Cap. This new mindset is being rewired into you to encourage the person that you are about to become, so you can align with your purpose that is based off of your own belief systems. What do we have at the sacral? Page of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy at the sacral. There's a lot of eyes on you right now, Cap. People are watching you manifest at a very rapid rate, or they're about to, depending on where you are in relation to the timeline that I'm picking up here. Heavy manifestation mode for the Capricorn collective right now, but it's all dependent on this new mindset. This is the key to everything. There's a lot of messages surrounding self-love inside the Capricorn collective as well. This is going to allow you to align with this new timeline. It's as if all the maintenance work that you need to do on yourself to prepare yourself is the key. And a real basic example of this would be my intuition always feels much clearer. I feel like my messages are stronger after I work out. So because of this, I had to build the gym in my house. It's just all a part of my routine. I have to work out a certain amount of times per week. I have to keep a very specific diet. I have this supplement regimen that is in place. There's all these little details that go in to how I show up here for all of you. This is exactly what I'm picking up here. So these are all the areas that you're being called to focus on right now, Cap, because this is going to allow you to pull this manifestation through. It's as if you're in the 11th hour right now, and you just need to fine-tune a few details. Leave no stone unturned. Everything is going to work in an incremental fashion to create the shift into this new timeline. And I love this depiction of the Page of Pentacles because it gives us the different vantage point, right? It's like there's individuals watching you pull this manifestation through. It's taken a lot to get here, Cap. The pages as well, these represent a very fresh, new kind of energy to me. In a reading like this, it's as if this is the first step into the new timeline. And this is all related to something that you're very passionate about. Could be a creative endeavor for some of you. But whatever it is, it's something that's in alignment with your own personal beliefs. What do we have? The solar plexus, please. Oh, wow. Seven of Swords, Aquarius energy at the solar plexus. And that card actually fell out in the reverse. So we're going to consider it upright and in reverse because they wanted me to put it down on the table in an upright. And it really does speak about the message that I'm feeling in this overall reading. As we can see here, there's somebody who's trying to get away with something, but as the onlookers from our vantage point, Cap, we've caught them. We see them. But they don't know we're standing over here watching them, right? And those seven swords, I feel, represent your energy. I just heard your ideas for some of them. Right there at that solar plexus position. Picking up a Cinderella kind of energy. Seven of Swords, in its negative polarity, is an energy of being caught. It's also an energy of you breaking free of this. I feel that this has to do with perspective, though, Cap. Like I was speaking about earlier on in the reading, I think with that Five of Pentacles there, you're starting to see people, places, things in a light that you haven't seen them in before. This is all a part of elevating to the new timeline. You need to be able to see some truths. You need to be able to accept some truths. Accepting the truth about the cycles that you're graduating on from is always the hardest part because it goes hand in hand with the rewiring of your mindset, which is the necessary ingredient to elevate. You have been made aware of some sort of deception in your life, or you're about to be made aware of this. This is going to allow you to let go. Sadly, for a lot of you, this exposure is going to be around people that are very close to you. It's like you pluck these people out of your life. You start to realize that they were always the common denominators. You wonder why you never saw it before. Right? But now it's just so clear to you. You remove these individuals and it's almost as if overnight your life just starts to change dramatically. You just start to get ideas on how you can implement these different changes in your life. What do we have at the heart, please? Page of Wands. Wow. And in the background of this card, right, we're seeing it again from this different vantage point. It almost looks like a witch. It's like they're doing something back there. It's like you are a fly on the wall. You're starting to look at events in your life, certain times in your life when you felt held back and you didn't know why. It's like the divine shows you your life from this vantage point of the universe. And you see the person now. It's like God comes to you and says, Cap, I want to show you something, but we're going to remove your perspective, but we're going to shift your perspective to the vantage point of the universe, to the vantage point of me, Cap, God. I want you to look at your life through my eyes and see what you see that you never saw before. Some sort of witch inside your energy. This is very real, Cap. This is actually quite a deep reading. You know, when you start to self-empower and you allow the divine to come through and prepare you to step on path, you'll be given this perspective so you can see some of these energies for who they really are. Again, it's all a part of the graduation on from this karmic cycle. The divine will show you just enough so you can release. And seeing how individuals you once deemed as very close to you in your life, as essentially your arch nemesis without you even knowing it, is one of the most difficult things to come to terms with, because there's a kind of death there. You start to realize that you can't be around these people, much less have them in your life. You know that a death must be brought to these connections you have with these individuals to be able to become the man or woman that you're destined to be. And Cap, these are individuals that you just never would have suspected would ever do this to you. You just wouldn't even process the thought that it would be these kinds of individuals. This is how close they were to you, staring you right in the face. But the entire time, these individuals are living some sort of a double life, doing things in the shadows to stop you from aligning with your mission. It also becomes very clear to you that there's two forces working inside this universe. There's the light and the dark. You start to better understand your place in the universe. You being an individual that was sent here to essentially save your family lineage. It's going to be different for each and every one of you, but usually it has something to do with generational karma. See, each one of us is sent here on a mission to transmute karmic energies in some capacity. There's countless ways that can show up in each one of our own lives. But you were sent here for a very specific reason. And a lot of you are being made aware of it right now, this year. You're in the throes of this. You feel it all around you. Something feels off. You don't know what it is, but you feel something coming, Cap. What do we have at the throat? 10 of Cups, Pisces energy at the throat. It's like you start to release these energies, and you have this vision for your life that becomes much clearer. This is that true heart's desire. It's like it resurfaces. Your hunger for life is reignited. I'm sure all of you out there can relate to that sense of feeling something reignited inside of you when you release somebody toxic from your life. You release the dream killers. You release the people that were holding you back, and you just sacrificed yourself to them because you thought it was the path you were supposed to be on. The individuals that told you who you're going to be, who you're not going to be, what you can achieve, what you cannot achieve. You release all these individuals, and then this vision of your life comes flooding back through. And here you are, again, looking from this vantage point of the universe. It's like the divine is saying to you, hey, Cap, remember that dream you had? Remember that true heart's desire? Yeah, that's actually all connected to your purpose and your destiny. And you're like, you mean to tell me the thing that I tried going towards years ago and so told me that I would never pull it off? That's all a part of my destiny? That thing that screams at you from within, doesn't seem to ever leave you alone? And that's it. Things are going to start really looking up for you, Cap, but you have to stop allowing other individuals to hold you back. This is a real basic blueprint here of how you can get back on this path. You have to be able to face the truth of who these individuals have always been in your life. Leave them behind where they deserve to be and move forward and start aligning with your destiny. We have 2 pages here. So again, emphasizing this new energy, these new beginnings. Heavy emphasis here surrounding your creativity and your money, your manifestations. It's like everything just starts moving as soon as you release these energies from your life. A lot of you thought that this was just the hand you were dealt, that you weren't meant to access certain rooms, so to speak, in this life cycle. But it's simply not true, Cap. And as I'm looking at this 5 of Pentacles now, it's like you're reconnecting with an old friend, an old idea, an old passion. And on this depiction of the 5 of Pentacles, you're inside the church, right? You've left the other person out in the cold that you were hobbling down the street with. See, in the other depiction, there's you here hobbling down the street with somebody else. but you've gone inside the church. It's like you've reconnected with your true heart's desires. You've aligned with the divine. You've remembered. What do we have at the third eye, please? Wow. 5 of Cups, Scorpio energy at the third eye. And here you are, walking away from these people. There's 2 individuals back there. I feel like that's you and the divine. It's like the divine has gotten you, removed you from this karmic cycle with this, to me, it's a demon, right? Somebody who kept you in a karmic cycle and was draining you of your light. It's like this cyclical cycle of living in the past. Year after year, nothing ever changes. This is what you're moving on from now. And it's like these individuals here are starting to feel abandoned because, well, like they say, misery loves company. And this is also you seeing these individuals from this different perspective. You'll never look at these people the same ever again. I'm picking up a heavy feminine energy here for a lot of you. It could be a mother, it could be a sibling, could really be any sort of feminine energy in your life. Oh, I just got some ringing in my ears as well. This person has been keeping you from your mission. Like this person was assigned to you by the underworld. I just heard, Cap, you're going to come to terms with the fact that every I love you was a lie. It's a hard-hitting message. You start to see that, but it makes sense. You start to see that everything was essentially scripted. What do we have at the crown, please? Too many cards. What do we have at the crown? Wow. 6 of Swords. This is quite profound because right here, we can see you inside the church reconnecting with this old friend, this old passion, this old creation, whatever it is, old idea, true heart's desire. And it's in the form of a child, or it almost looks like a doll. But then right here, 6 of Swords, you're moving on and you have it with you. And see how it's like it's like right here, it almost seems like it's dead or dying. And right here, you've breathed life back into it. 6 of Swords, this is all a part of your rite of passage. I feel like this child is this pentacle, this manifestation. You're birthing something into the collective. This is all a part of your purpose, all a part of your mission. It's like the divine had to come down and remind you, remove you. Some of you could be moving, traveling, relocation. 6 of Swords speaks on all of that. It's just an overall energy of movement. It represents your passage forward into this new timeline. And we see now as well how you have this protection around you, right? It's like you have the divine guiding you right there and right there. Same person. It's like you have a spirit guide around you. Here you are connecting with this passion, this manifestation, the divine showing you everything from this different perspective, reminding you about that true heart's desire that you've always had. You make the decision to move on, and they've got your back. They're removing you. What do we have at the foundation, please? Queen of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy, Phoenix. Now, these same individuals that always made you feel like you needed them, that you were a burden to them, that there's no way that you could ever accomplish this, that, or the other without their validation or without their assistance, is now in complete dire straits because you removed yourself. They were the ones that were actually codependent on you. Again, this is you seeing these individuals for who they really are. I'm also getting a strong message here surrounding some of these individuals drinking heavily right now. Whenever I get this card, it's like a drunk peacock or peacock on crack. Somebody who's just completely out of sorts, all discombobulated. What do we have at the sacral, please? Seven of Pentacles, Taurus energy at the sacral, Naberius. And right here we see this crow sitting on top of this, it looks like an urn. So it's like these ashes of something that you buried long ago. And then here you are. You've unearthed it, right? This is that passion. This is that creation. This is that path, whatever it represents to you. This is that thing you're birthing into the collective. You're starting to see now that it was kept from you. By this individual. I feel like this individual here is the crow. They turned from a crow to a drunk peacock. They are not what they presented themselves to be, right? Here they're very composed. And here, completely out of sorts. What do we have, the solar plexus, please? The moon, Beelzebub. Wow. What has been hidden is now coming to the light. They're really driving this message home here. You're starting to see the deceptive nature of this individual. The divine showing you Seven of Swords stacked with the moon at the solar plexus. Just how much time and effort this individual was putting into keeping you off of your path. They were gaining something from this. Something very dark. Something very devilish. I also just heard you start to look at this person as if they have some form of a mental illness. You just never even looked at it this way before, but you start to understand that there's no way you can do this to somebody unless you're very sick, there's something wrong. There's no good reason why anybody should ever put somebody through something like this. And I get it, Cap, but we live in a time now where we're starting to really see how the world works. The veil's been ripped back. You start to understand that we live inside an energetic universe, and people will try and sell you down the river for some sort of material gain, success, fame. We always hear about these celebrities who are supposedly sacrificing family members, and then you have a closer look, and it is kind of weird that every single one of them has something tragic happen to someone close to them at the height of their fame. You'd be challenged to find somebody that's in the spotlight that this hasn't happened to. That's the price for selling your soul. It can come on many different levels. Doesn't have to be fame. It could just be stability or wealth, favor, a heightened sense of ego. Some people just like to do this to other people because it makes them feel powerful, to think that they can be in concert with some sort of underworld deity. What do we have at the heart, please? Wow, what a card to follow what I just said. Hajanti, which is the Queen of Pentacles, luxury, right? So I feel like this is basically telling us what they did this for. This is somebody who's driven for money over family, over relationships in their life. They'll throw anybody under the bus for a pentacle. Luxury. I also feel that this individual, or individuals, take it as it fits, is very envious of you, Cap. Somehow this individual knew that you held this light inside of you, that you were destined for something great here. And it made them feel powerful to think that they could keep a certain greatness from being realized in your reality. It made them feel like a god. It fed their ego, made them feel like they can control your destiny, the destiny that was written and promised to you by the Most High. And then we have Mihail, Empress, fertility and fruitfulness. Ah, beautiful. You know, the Empress is an energy that's pregnant with something. Male or female, it doesn't matter. But this is speaking about this thing that you're birthing into the collective, right? Here you are, remembering. And here you are having breathed new life into it. And now here you are preparing to birth it into the collective, whatever this represents for you. Fertility and fruitfulness. There's also a message here surrounding forgiveness. You're going to reach a point, Cap, where you're so grateful for where you are. You start to realize that this witch had to come into your life. This had to unfold. This had to take place. For you to be able to realize this manifestation, find your way and birth it into the collective, whatever that is for you. Pisces, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Libra, Taurus, Venusian energy. There's also this very beautiful energy that's coming off of all of you as well. It's the divine light that runs through you. This is all a part of aligning with your mission. You go from feeling or looking like this, right? Stumbling down the street, looking a little worse for wear. Now here you are, standing in your power, looking more beautiful, feeling more beautiful than ever. Divine light running right through you. You're also quelling this demon. So see how you're giving a sip of your drink to the snake. I feel like that represents the forgiveness. What do we have at the throat? Michael, the Chariot, Cancer energy, who is like God, perseverance, success in conflict, overcoming adversity. Right underneath this Ten of Cups, so this is an energy of victory. Something major unfolding in your life, Cap. This is complete alignment. A lot of action and change unfolding inside the Capricorn collective. This is why all of you are feeling this way. It's all this projective energy. It's all these cords being cut. This is the dip you're feeling right before the level up. Peaks and valleys. It's very important that you're nurturing yourself at this time. You're loving on yourself. It should all be about self-care, self-love right now. Like I said, that's the ingredient to help you pull through this level up in the 11th hour. It's going to be the key that aligns you to this new timeline. What do we have at the third eye, please? Three of Pentacles, Capricorn energy at the third eye. EIL, God-hearing lamentations, mental force, protects against sorrows and illness. Some of you, not all of you, could be looking back at some of these people and feeling really sorry for them. Because like I said, you start to see them in a light that you hadn't seen them in before. It's like here you are, right? And here they are. But they're only feeling this way, Cap, because they failed their mission. Any opportunity that you gave them again to be inside your energy, they would try and do it all over again. And you don't play hokey pokey with any sort of demons from the underworld. They're far too crafty and tricky, and all it takes is one wrong move and you're re-engaged in a karmic cycle that puts you back to sleep inside the matrix. You wake up a few years later again, realize that they've hoodwinked you. A lot of you have probably already gone through that. I've been talking about in the readings lately about how we're all kind of looking back over the years and thinking about all the times that we almost woke up, but then we went back to sleep, and then another few years would go by. I'm picking that up again here now. A lot of you are thinking back to all those times that you felt the shift preparing to take place, and then all of a sudden it slipped through your fingers. It's because these energies can sense you disengaging from the karmic cycle, trying to cut the cords, so they go in harder. So the only difference now is this isn't your first rodeo. You know better now. There's also been a worldwide awakening taking place, so there's a lot more people that are going through what you're going through now. There's more outlets to seek support. You know, this reading, for example, it's just essentially to validate how you're feeling, to let you know that you're not alone, to give you the encouragement to keep pushing down this path of awakening. Don't allow these people to pull you back in. What do we have at the crown, please? Nine of Wands, Sag energy at the crown to close out the reading. Perfect way to end this reading. Ha'asiya, God, the impenetrable secret, universal medicine, elevation of the soul, and the revelation of mysteries, speaks about everything that we picked up in this reading. You're elevating to the new timeline. The revelation of all that was hidden from you, right? Moon, this witch-like energy. And the Nine of Wands, this is all about keeping and maintaining boundaries with these energies, which reiterates what we just spoke about here, about being re-engaged in the karmic cycle and then waking up a few years later. This is very important right now. Don't go back to these energies. They'll say and do whatever they have to try and re-engage you in these karmic cycles. And if they're not doing it face-to-face, they're projecting an energy onto you, quite possibly through some form of spell work. I definitely feel it in this reading. At the end of the day, what they're trying to do is make you doubt yourself and the moves you're making. And remember, these energies know you. They've always known you, so they know how to get to you. That's why it's so important right now that you're rewiring your mindset so they don't know you anymore. They only know the old you. This new you is somebody that they're not accustomed to. This new you is self-empowered. Capricorn 2.0. They don't know how to approach you. That's how you want it. They're scared of you. They don't know how much you know about what they did to you. So they'll try and use some third-party interference. There's so many different ways this can show up. It just really depends on your own individual circumstances, so you take it as it fits. But Cap, there's a huge level up here. So you're either going through this right now, if you've been on this path for a little while, or this is the blueprint of how you're to move if you're just beginning on this path. Either way, the destination results in you standing in your power, in your purpose, birthing this beautiful creation out into the collective, whatever that is, and having a whole shift in your reality and a greater understanding of your place inside the universe. Cap, this is the message I have available to you, depending on where you are on this timeline, should you choose to accept. I'm going to go ahead and leave it here. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you would like a personal reading, you can find all of my contact details in the description below this video. And thank you for your donations. Take care.